Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review on the real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, so basically, the episode starts off with Sheree. She is down to her daughter's podcast. I listened to it to the iPod. Shout out to Nene Leaks. But she's down to the podcast, and girl, it was so funny to me because when her daughter started talking, her daughter's name is Tiara. When Tiara started talking, she was like, "Keep in mind, this is my mother." So today's sex position is the landslide. I said, "Girl, what?" Now I know they probably edited the scene that way, but it was just funny how she was like, "Keep in mind, this is my mother." So today's sex position is called the landslide. Now the landslide sounds like a lot of work. Girl, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like you got to be in shape. It sounds like something that Sonya and Ross probably could do. But girl, it sounds like you're gonna be real tired after a few pumps and a few humps. Okay. Um, so then Tiara says, "Breaking news! Breaking news!" I guess Tyrone must have decided to speak out. And Sheree says, based off the article, it sounds like something Tyrone wrote. Um, she says, "Oh, God, my door's still open. Hold up. Girl, I'm doing laundry, and I didn't realize I had my bathroom door still open. I was like, why is it so loud?" Then I looked up and I saw the door was still open. Anyways, so basically, based off what Sheree said to this, Sheree said he broke, and I guess he needs some money. I guess so. Sheree just been girl. No, no. You know we love Sheree. You know we love Sheree. Sheree is one of the OGs, but I was at least hoping. I was at least hoping that Tyrone had some of that money that he supposedly allegedly stole from them people or welfare he was doing. I was hoping that Tyrone had a stash sitting somewhere, and that's why, at least I could say, Mama looking dumb on TV in Chanel and Gucci because she know it's a payday at the end of the day. But it sounded like Sheree was just a dummy. So Marlo and the boys are cutting up. The boys are cutting up basically. Somebody done cut the bear. They had a teddy bear in their room or somebody's room, and girl, somebody done sliced the bear neck. I said, "Not girl, y'all cutting the bear neck now?" I said, "Oh, there's somebody acting out. They need to be in therapy." Some people don't think that's a big of a deal, but if my nieces had harmed like a teddy bear, I would be like, girl, they cutting the teddy bear neck. Something going on. I be looking at everything, child. Now I'm not gonna lie. I hollered when Marlo said, "You told the teacher they don't make enough money," and he said, "No, I told the teacher she didn't get paid to argue with me." Bitch. When I tell you I screamed, now you should be talking to the teacher. But I still screamed when he said that's what he told the teacher. I said, I know that's right. Okay. Um, Sonya and Kenya. Sonya goes over to Kenya's home. Sonya is basically, she's grateful that she has her. You could tell that Sonya does not take for granted and that she loves having a house full of people. That's why it's just even more, it's even, girl, girl, I'm gonna leave it alone. Sonya and Aaron have to sneak and have sex. She said they do it in the closet, do it outside in the car, wherever they, can find a dry spot. Then, girl, they good, right? Um, she's grateful for her family for having, her family at her home. Kenya's pretty much good on Marlo. Sheree and Fatum, I think that's her name. Let me say something. I don't want nobody getting in my girl. Don't y'all get in my comment section talking about I'm not allowing a black woman to express herself and I'm not allowing a black woman to show emotion because I don't want to hear it. Okay? Cause I didn't hear. Was Sheree really crying? Or was Sheree going for her BET Supporting Actress Award? I felt like Sheree was putting on the show. Cause even after Sheree got doing all that hooping and hollering and running around, okay, she wasn't doing all that. But after Sheree got doing all that hooping and hollering and girl running to the other room and not wanting to show her face and doing all that with the napkin, girl, she came back, girl, makeup intact. Girl, as much as what Sheree was doing, girl, her face should have looked a mess and halfway ass dry. Okay? Girl, when Sheree started crying, and girl, she I said, what in the hell? Sheree said, let me see one thing about it, two things for sure. Sheree said, I lost this peach, girl, 3 times. It's not going to be a 4th time. Sheree said, baby, I'm here to stay. Okay? So Sheree said, if I got to get in here and show some emotion and show the true me, then girl, I'm going to pull these tears out from somewhere, even if I got to make some noise and cover up my face. Girl, run in the other room. Run in the other room. I'm gonna make it do what it do for this shit. I guess I ain't mad at her. She said she feels stupid, crazy. She said, I feel like the people he stole from. So are you acknowledging that you were dating a man that you know this man has a major character flaw, okay? Girl, he didn't go to the stove, girl, right? And steal a couple of outfits for Macy's. He didn't go to Saks and run out with a couple of bags, girl. You say he was stealing money from people. But she said the only difference is he stole her emotions. Girl, I don't know, girl. Drew and her mama. I thought her mama looked so gorgeous with the short hair. I think she died. I don't know if that's a natural color. Older people get old. Older people get old. But sometimes when people get old, their hair when it starts to like turn white, it has to for some people it starts to have that blue tint, that purple tint. I'm sure it was probably dye, but it was cute nonetheless. She lets her know that Ralph is writing a book about being a step parent. I guess the woman who Ralph was dealing with, she got the book deal. I don't remember Ralph saying that. I can't really believe nothing that come out of Drew or Ralph's mouth. Because I thought that he was, I don't know, girl. I ain't even gonna try to remember. Girl, the lady got Ralph the book deal. Okay. They talk about adopting Josiah. From what I remember, I think he's been in that little boy's life for a very, very, very long time. Like to the point where I think Josiah, I can't remember. I think that he's been in Josiah's life for a very long time. Like I think Josiah was like a little baby. I think it's been so long to the point where Josiah probably calls him daddy. I could be mistaken. But I feel like it's been that long since Ralph has been in Josiah's life. Like, he probably like, oh, that's my daddy. Anyways, they talk about Ralph adopting Josiah. I'm sorry, I think it's weird. I do think it's weird. Based off of what I think I remember. Now, if this is not right, then I'm wrong. But based off that I think Ralph has been in Josiah's life for a long time, right? And that boy probably thinks of him as his father. I feel like I'm not saying Ralph is coming up with any excuse not to adopt Josiah, but at this point he's like, oh, he has to respect his biological father. But your wife is saying in the confessional that, girl, y'all ain't seen this man in forever. Girl, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Um, I'm not trying to dis. Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something? And I know how y'all like to fight and fuss, but I need to say something. So, Drew's mother plays a recording from, I think she said, a prophet. And the prophet was basically saying that I guess Drew's mother needs to say a prayer for her and Drew before she heads down to Atlanta, because a prayer of protection for her and Drew, because it looks like a woman, but in the spirit realm, um, basically is lurking around, I guess. But it could also be a man with the spirit of a woman. Now, I don't know if she's trying to say that, girl, it was a punk or what. I'm just going to be honest. I'm like, girl, what is this bitch trying to say? Because this is my whole thing. It sounds like to me, I hate to say it, girl, I guess it's a Delilah spirit, according to Drew and, girl, the pastor, the prophet, whatever. It sounds like to me, no matter how you spin it, they're always, and I don't feel like going down this path, but I feel like I have to mention it. It sounds like to me, no matter how you slice it or dice it, they're always going to put whatever happens in life on a woman. The simple fact that this woman was like, you need to say a prayer of protection because, it's going to be a woman somewhere, or it could be a man with the spirit of a, like, they're still going to find a way to place the blame or whatever's going on the spirit of a woman. And so, of course, Drew started to name all the woman. Drew started to name all the women and the one punk in the group, which was Messy Anthony, right? It could be your husband. Because she said that it could be a man with the spirit of a woman. Girl, your husband got that Delilah spirit based off what we sing. Girl, let me shut up and move on. All right. So I know how y'all get when y'all start talking about religion, honey. When we start talking about religion. All right, so Sonya like joked about Ralph and Drew not being busy. Sonya later in the episode when Drew addressed it, it did. I have to be honest. You know how they always say it's some truth in a joke. Sonya said she wasn't being shady, but I felt like Sonya was being shady. Sonya said she wasn't being shady, but I felt like Sonya was being shady. Sonya also said during the conversation with Drew, and I have to admit that Drew really did what they say, don't address me in a group full of people. Drew actually addressed Sonya to the side by themselves. I don't know why Sonya felt the need to get so kind of worked up a little bit, but I could also see how, I guess, because, I feel like Drew was trying to make the argument go from here to here. Like when Sonya accidentally said, Drew said, and she meant to say Ralph. I don't know, it was just a mess. But I felt like Sonya was kind of like, girl, just sit down and have a conversation, because she could have said it all. She could have brought it up in front of the group. Girl, she having a conversation with you one-on-one, right? Marlo, that was later in the episode. I kind of got ahead of myself. Marlo, she goes to Marlo. Can I say something? I think it's one thing, and I know everybody think everybody think they are the interior designer of the world, right? I think it's one thing when you just throw a little couch in an apartment, throw a little bed, throw some pictures up, and boom. Unless you really, 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 really have an eye for interior design, Marlo, girl, stop trying to, girl. Marlo, I just feel like if you're gonna go to the extent of getting your home built and doing all that, go just hire you an interior designer. You already trying to sort of process. That's just probably how, you know what, Marlo can do. People do what they want to do. Me, if I'm getting a house built right, and I know people get homes built every day, and I know a lot of people don't have interior designers. But if I have the means, I guess you know what? Never mind. That's just for me. Everybody not the same. Let's move on. I'm getting off. Okay, let's move on. Marlo going to look for some stuff for her house. That's what it come down to. She asked Sheree, um, how much did it cost for her living room? Sheree said it was 40 something thousand dollars. She said one of the chandeliers was like 10,000, one was like 7,000. I think Sheree's stuff was expensive because I mean this don't mean nothing, but I think Sheree was getting stuff imported from Italy, right? I believe so. I mean, she wasn't going to a girl buy right furniture, right? She wasn't going to the IKEA. Ain't nothing wrong with IKEA, okay? And ain't nothing wrong with buy right furniture, okay? I think that's where I got my was that buy right furniture where I got my first bedroom set. Remember back in the day, girl, when we could go get a whole bedroom set for $2.99. I'm talking about girl a dresser, mirror, girl bed, mattress, girl box spring, all that for $2.99. Yeah. And girl, you used to sleep good. Girl, I don't come with none of the girls say, girl, I remember that was my first bed in my first apartment. I mean my first bed. My first bedroom set. It was a bed. No, I didn't have no dresser. No, I think I did have a dresser. I had a bed. I had the box spring, the headboard, all that, girl. I think it was $2.99. Girl, I had a whole bedroom set for $2.99. The mattress and the box spring included. Yes. Oh, girl, I was sleeping on bricks and didn't even know it at the time. That's why my back's so fucked up now. Ooh, girl. Invest in a good mattress if you can, girl. You know I was broke, girl, so you got to do what your money can do, girl. But that's why my back's so fucked up now, girl. Goddamn. Anyways, girl, sleeping on bricks and didn't even know it, girl. I'm just happy I spent $2.99. That shit done caught up with me, girl. You get what you pay for. All right. So, anyways, Sonya basically brings up to Marlo that girl, basically, girl, you want to be friends with Kenya or y'all trying to get cool, but girl, you go below the belt. Can you stop going below the belt? Marlo basically says, no, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I mean, she telling us. Marlo would never, if I was the girl, Marlo, we could never be cool. I would have to just take it for what it is, girl, we co-workers. Because, girl, if you don't know how to handle me, then you're not going to handle me. Okay? Period. No. Because the truth of the matter is, Marlo, people could really go there with you. Is this some of my teeth? Oh, got this. Anyway. Marlo, people could really go there with you if they really wanted to. If people really wanted to get down in the gut with Marlo, they really could. They really, really could. Anyways, Marlo kicked the boys out. One of the boys punched the wall. Girl, we all been kicked out before. I know I have. Okay? But I also know I wasn't no foster child either. They're not foster kids, but I wasn't going through I just had a smart ass mouth. Okay? And my grandmama wasn't here for it. So she told me to get my shit and get the fuck out. Okay? But I know my situation not the same as the little boys, right? Look, all I can say is this. Marlo, I'm going to give Marlo the benefit of the doubt. I think Marlo is doing the best that she can, right? Marlo doesn't have kids. While Marlo did make the decision to step up to the plate and be a village to those kids, Marlo still never had kids. And I think that one of the things, I talk a lot of shit about parenting sometimes, I do. But, now I try to at least watch what I say because I do understand that parenting does not come with a manual and being a parent is hard. Girl, that's one of the reasons out of many, besides the fact that I like my freedom, that I don't want to have kids. I don't want to adopt kids. I don't want to be a foster parent. Girl, I don't want no kids at all. because I see that it is very, 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 very hard, right? And you're responsible for these little people. And girl, I don't have time to be I ain't got time to be worried about why somebody turned out a crackhead hoe. Okay, now it's on me, right? Um, but Marlo, she's just doing the best she can, and she kicked the boys out. She didn't really kick them out. She just sent them to her sister's place. So they're at her sister's house or place, apartment, I don't know, house for 30 days, and then in 30 days they'll be back. Girl, one of the little boys punched a hole in the wall. I'm not saying Marlo right for kicking the little boys out. That's not what I'm saying. But I can understand how you could be so frustrated, right? Because Marlo's life has been flipped upside down. And now, girl, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, and you're getting into it with the teachers at school, and now y'all punching holes in the wall, and girl, I'm just trying to do the best I can, right? Because I ain't your mama anyways. See, that's why I don't need no kids. Um, excuse me. So, yeah, Marlo just doing the best she can. Like, I'm not going to go too hard on Marlo because I think I'm going to go hard on her in a little bit. So I'm not going to go too hard on Marlo right now. We're going to say that towards the end. No, but for real, like, I just think Marlo probably she's just doing the best she can. For someone who never had kids, I ain't gonna say she never got pregnant, but for someone who ain't never had kids, right? She's just doing the best she can. But I think that she is gonna have to. She's gonna have to, even though Marlo doesn't have kids, she signed up to be those kids. She accepted that responsibility. Whatever, no matter what way it came in her direction, she accepted that responsibility. So she's going to have to figure out a way, right? And probably if she wasn't being such a bitch to Candy and the other women, Kenya got a newborn, but, maybe she could probably get some advice, not a newborn, she got a little girl, but maybe she could probably get some advice from them as far as like, or even maybe some help sometimes, right? But girl, you such a bitch just to the point where, girl, don't nobody even want to fool with you. Anyways, child. Yeah, Marlo's gonna have to figure it out. Basically, she's gonna have to figure it out. Another thing I will say is that because those kids are going what they're going through, I don't know how much it could. I was about to say the wrong thing. I don't know. I don't know if it could, lack of a better word, damage them because of what they've already been through, right? You know what I'm saying? And now we have this place, and now this woman is kicking us out. So then I don't know how that plays on them and how their feelings and all that stuff, right? So Marlo's gonna have to just she's gonna have to get in some therapy, all of them. Um, Candy say Sheree gonna always have good food. Girl, I ain't gonna lie, I was sun, girl. So everybody walked up, everybody had their little nightgowns on, little dresses, looking cute. Girl, here come Sonya walking up with some high top Nikes and a flannel. I said, girl. I said, Sonya is such a tomboy. It's cute though. But then when she took off the jacket, it was like a cute little like pajama set. It was real cute. She fit right on in. Because at first I was like, girl, this girl got on a onesie and some high top Nikes. So you said, girl, I'm just coming over here to sit down for a couple of hours. I said, I know that's right. Drew and Sheree had on the same outfit. Drew and Ralph supposedly have 12 aliases, something like that. I don't know. That's what Fatum was saying. One of them is a name Danielle. I said, girl, they done got a hold to that girl. Girl, I said, Ralph is an old scheming punk from Atlanta. Girl, they done got this girl Social Security number. They done got a hold to their assistant's Social Security number and, girl, opened up somebody's Capital One credit card. I said, girl, Miss Danielle better go do a credit check, child. You better go to Credit Karma and Experian, girl. You better download, girl, you better see what's on your credit, girl, because it sounds like, girl, your boss is over there using your Social Security number to open up some credit cards. Girl. I don't know. I don't know. But girl, they said they got 12 aliases, girl. I don't know, child. I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck Ralph and Drew got 15 assists. I think Ralph and Drew, for real, all jokes aside, I think they have 4 assistants. Girl, why do y'all have all those goddamn assistants for, girl? Okay, girl, whatever. We're going to move on. Lisa Wu. Lisa Wu came in. I'm going to be honest. Lisa Wu, besides being drunk, girl, Lisa Wu. Oh, excuse me. I need this cough to go. Anyways, girl, Lisa Wu came. For those who don't know, Lisa Wu is our OG. She was our season 1. Was she not season 2? I can't remember. But she's an OG, though. Kenya, when I tell you, my girl was lit this episode. Lit. When I tell you, Kenya was drunker than a Cooter Brown. I think they said Kenya had 8 or 9 drinks. Kenya was on it, babe. My girl was drunk and still producing the show. See, that's a talented bitch. Y'all hoes don't know. That's why my girl ain't going nowhere. Because, girl, my good sis can be drunk and still make sure the scene goes. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Marlo and Candy, they have a talk. Marlo basically tells Candy she been going through stuff, blah, blah, blah. They play a game called Yes, Queen. Everybody has to go around and basically say something uplifting and positive. Drew, of course, couldn't do it. Girl, I'm sorry, y'all. It don't take that much to, girl, even in a setting like this, right, like this, even in a setting like that where you know people are having conflict, girl, it really don't take that much to just be like, girl, I love everybody in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep. Do people gonna know you lying? But girl, it's just a game. Like, girl, just say something positive, right? Drew can't say nothing positive, girl. She tried twice. Kenya had to get like, girl, you still saying the same thing. I think I get. She said something like, I get along with most people in here. No, that's not. It's supposed to say something nice, positive, uplifting, right? So Kenya basically tells Drew about Fatum. What's her name? Fatum? About Fatum and her basically telling the group that girl they had some girl identity. They had some stolen identities basically. I don't know, girl. They was over there on some scheming and scamming, girl. Right? Ralph was a local punk from Atlanta over there scheming and scamming, girl. Girl, I ain't gonna lie. When Fatum was talking, when Fatum was talking, it was funny. When Fatum was talking and Drew wasn't paying her no attention and she was telling the people to give her some more salad, she was like, yeah, salad dressing. And Fatum was, I'm sorry. That shit was funny to me. When I tell you Drew was not paying that girl no attention. Anyways, Drew says that my lips are so dry. That's why I keep licking them. And my chapstick is on the thing. We almost done. I need my chapstick. Hold up. Okay, so Drew started sounding crazy to me because Drew was trying to tell Sheree that Sheree owed her an apology because her friend, I guess, was saying what she was saying about her. But I think Drew is still not grasping what the whole situation was initially about. Drew, you basically were talking about Sheree with your assistant, right? Sheree wasn't going around telling people what the assistant was saying about your husband. You, I think, went and told, who did she tell? I think she told Sonya. Did she tell Candy? And then Candy told Kenya and Candy told Mark. I can't remember. But that's not the same as Sheree. Sheree didn't go around telling people. Girl, Fatum came straight to you. But Sheree didn't go around talking about it to people, right? So I feel like that's the difference And Drew is still trying to get this apology from Sheree. And it's like, it's not coming, girl. Excuse me. So Kenya basically is like, well, Drew, do you love her? Girl, when Lisa Wu was like, that's the motherfucking question. I said, girl, Lisa is drunker than a Cooter Brown, baby. So the coochie incense, y'all heard Drew say it was witchcraft, it was black magic. She wasn't gonna participate. It's something about Drew. Let me shut up. Sniff the coochie and see if it will. They told somebody said you got to sniff Sheree's coochie and see if it works together. The coochie incense scene was fun. You got Kenya over there doing a whole African dance. You saw her twerking. Girl, you see Sheree squatting on the incense, girl. So the coochie incense, I guess, was supposed to take away all the men, or I guess it's the bad spirit, girl, men or women, or non-binary, whoever you done stuck with. Supposed to take away anybody who you done stuck with, basically. They start talking, and I think because Kenya had made a comment earlier about making sure her wig wasn't crooked. See, this is the problem, right? Kenya has never made it a secret that she doesn't wear wigs and weaves. Anybody that has seen Kenya knows that Kenya wears pieces. Kenya cares. Kenya wears wigs and weave, right? Everybody knows that. Is that Kenya never talked about it because Kenya's business was Kenya Moore hair care, right? So, girl, I'm not getting on the show talking about wigs and weave when, girl, my business is Kenya Moore hair care. Girl, PJ's mama, her thing was wigs and weave. It still does not take away from the fact that Kenya has 24 inches of hair, right? She still wears wigs. I think this is the first time they showed her basically talking about the fact that she had on a wig, right? She never just really has the conversation. But just because she doesn't have the conversation, that's not her saying that, oh, I don't wear wigs and weaves. It's just, girl, that's not my thing, girl. I'm going to talk about Kenya Moore hair care, not wigs and weaves. Anyway, so I guess this was Marlo's chance to start a fight with Kenya. So she starts to talk about Kenya in her wig, and she's just happy that Kenya has self-esteem now. You know what I think? I think that Marlo is jealous of Kenya. I do. I think Marlo's jealous of Kenya. I think that, I don't want to sound mean, but I think that if you take away Marlo's fashions, her designer, Marlo has nothing. And I think Marlo knows that. I think that's why every time she opens up her mouth, it's always about designer, right? But I think that she's jealous of Kenya. I think she seeks validation from Kenya. I think she seeks approval from Kenya because she knows deep down inside that Kenya is that girl. And once upon a time, girl, Kenya was really the it girl. And everybody knows that. It's sad that she goes to the extreme to fight with Kenya when Kenya's not trying to fight with her. I think it's wiggity whack that Marlo continues to throw Mark in Kenya's face. And Kenya is paying Marlo dust. Kenya start talking about, I am the moment, bitch. I'm the moment. I'm the moment. Girl, she's spinning and twirling all in the camera face. Kenya ain't paying Marlo no attention. But the real gag is this. I don't give a damn if you are in a relationship. But I could wrap my head around Marlo throwing a nigga in somebody's face. Maybe if Marlo was in this successful, long-term relationship, hadn't had any type of infidelities, right? Girl, they haven't made any headlines as far as negativity, no rumors, then maybe I could see Marlo. And I couldn't even see it then, girl. Good quality skill. But I could try and wrap my head around her basically telling somebody you ain't got no man, or throwing a situation with a man in somebody's face. But it just doesn't land for me at all from anybody. I don't give a fuck if you Michelle Obama or girl, even I'm talking about the niggas who I put in my top five. I don't give a damn if you Michelle Obama, Ciara, Remy Ma. You can't never throw nobody in nobody's face because it's just whack, right? And then in Marlo's case, in real life, Marlo ain't even got no man. That's the gag. Like Marlo been on this show for a lot. I think Marlo. I remember seeing a clip of Marlo, like at a dinner table with a white man when they had that dinner. One, I think it was a season Kenya wasn't on. I think Marlo ain't never had no man on this show, so it's like mind blowing to me that girl. That's her go to. Like you ain't got no man, or mark this or mark that, and then it's like, bitch, I can't even be your friend because. You know how this man did me. Everybody know Mark was a fucking asshole to Kenya. And that's the thing that you know is probably sensitive to Kenya. I don't know. And you use that to throw it in her face. But then if Kenya go down in the gutter with you, like she sound like she about to do from the preview, now everybody wants to start talking about Kenya. But girl, Marlo been asking for it. So since you want to go, girl, let's go. Because when I start bringing up your mama and your nephews and your sister and all that, then all of a sudden, girl, I'm going to be wrong. But I'm trying to tell you to leave me the fuck alone. Because you really don't want to go there with me. Because, bitch, when we go there, bitch, we going there. And I'm talking about everybody. Not just you. Marla got a lot of mouth for somebody who really knows she can't handle Kenya's mouth. She knows she can't handle Kenya's mouth. She got too much going on her plate for her to always be taking digs at what could be a sensitive situation for somebody. But then, like Marlo should do this. After you take a dig at Kenya, then it's okay. So I'm going through a rough time, bitch. How do you sit here and take a dig at Kenya, and then after you go so low with somebody, and people know you going low, girl, you want to say let's go on a trip because I'm having a rough time? Girl, the way I would have bust out laughing. Anyways, girl, that was pretty much the episode. Marlo gonna have to get it together. At this point, no tea, no shade. Marlo didn't even really need no peach. I hate to say it because I was actually kind of I'm not laughing. I was actually kind of smiling when Marlo first popped on my screen when the season first started. I was like, oh, Marlo got her peach. Oh, it's cute. She got her tagline, whatever. But Marlo really ain't giving nothing different than what she gave when she was a friend of the show. Quiet as it's kept. She really not. What is Marlo doing that's any differently than what she was doing than when she was a friend of the show? She still gutter. She still hood. She still go below the belt, right? She was doing that as a friend of the show. She was already a Monty before she got a peach. She already had confessionals. She was already throwing her own events. I mean, girl, Kenya bust through one of them. Kenya more hair care. Girl, Kenya more hair care. Kenya, girl, Kenya bust through. So it's like Marla already had everything, and she was doing everything the Housewives was doing. So I hate to say it was kind of pointless for them to give Marlo a peach. They really could have gave that peach to a new girl. Like they gave one to Sonya, they could have brought another new girl in and just kept Marlo a friend. No tea, no shade. But it's kind of like now, girl, I don't want them to snatch. I will say this much: as much as Marlo good on my nerves, I don't want them to snatch her peach back because it's like, girl, she finally got one, so girl, just let her keep it. Just let her keep it. They could, girl, let me shut up, girl. Let me stop trying to make people lose their job. I'm gonna say, girl, they could let Drew go quiet as this girl. But no, for real, I think they should keep the cast the same. I think they should keep the cast the same. I think next season they need to bring in a new girl. And they need to bring in like probably some new friends. But I really wouldn't change the cast. It's cute. Candy. I hate to say it, but Candy could go too quiet as this girl. After I just said, girl, they should keep the whole cast. Candy could go. I think Candy's run on, girl, see now I'm changing my mind. I think Candy's run on Real Housewives of Atlanta has ran its course. I do. Candy can go. You know who might be cute? As much as I know y'all, it ain't really nothing new that they will bring to the show either, because we already know all about their info. We already know their whole information. I mean, all their tea. Rashida will be cute, girl. As much as she dumb, right? Rashida would have been cute on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Rashida would have been cute from Love and Hip Hop. I know some of y'all just rolled y'all eyes, but Rashida would have been cute. Probably as a friend. They could bring Rashida on as a friend. No, because even with Rashida, I would, girl, would you leave? I don't know how much Rashida make on VH1. I can see Rashida being one of the top ones on Love and Hip Hop though. Anyways, girl, let me go, girl, just keep everybody. Just keep everybody, girl. Just keep everybody. Just keep everybody. Just keep everybody. All right, girl, I'm gone. Bye, y'all.